is Rich, Hot, and Free. Welcome back to another episode of Rich, Hot, and Free. I'm Jill Stanton. I am gearing up for my first ever light year retreat, which I'm so excited about. It goes down next week. Well, for me, not when you're listening to this. I'm shooting ahead of schedule, but I am gearing up for the light year retreat. I'm so excited about this. I have a bunch of clients who are coming to Phuket, Thailand. I've rented the most beautiful hilltop estate here in Phuket, overlooking the Andaman Sea, the mountains, the sunset. There's like an amazing rooftop and a pool and just, I'm so excited. And my intention with that retreat is that together, all of us design a 2026 that feels magnetic and alive and exciting and powerful and full of freaking wins. So the intention is creating or mustering or cultivating the courage to think beyond where we're currently at and design a year that feels more exciting than we ever imagined possible. So that's the intention for the Light Year Retreat. I'm, like I said, so excited about this. I'm so excited to have my clients here in my little, in my hood of Phuket, Thailand, and to just show them around the island. We're going to do an amazing yacht trip out to Koh Phi Phi, which is where they filmed The Beach, if you've ever seen that movie. So I'll try to take a lot of video and photos and all of that, but I also struggle when I'm just present and in the moment to capture content. So I'm going to try my best, but no promises. In case you can't tell, I'm not really the best at capturing in the moment content for Instagram or anything like that. But as I was gearing up for that retreat, I was really thinking about just the vibe that comes with designing your next big win, or creating or becoming the version of you who creates their next big win. And if 2025 has felt like one of your hardest years yet, which I know a lot of people have felt that way this year, if you've been cracked open or you feel like you've been stretched thin and you still have found a way to stay in the game, if you're still showing up, if you're still ambitious, if you're still hungry for it, but then you're also looking around being like, okay, now what? Then this episode's for you. Because I know you're not done, not even close. But I also know that this might be one of those weird in-between seasons where you've grown so much on the inside, you've done so much work on yourself over the last year, but you're still waiting to see it on the outside, in your bank account or in your business, in your confidence, in your energy, in your audience growth, in your visibility, in your relationships. That moment, that place of being is what I call the river of misery. And the river of misery is that gap between where you are now and where you want to be. It's that weird space where things just feel murky. It feels like you're walking through quicksand. It feels like your old self just doesn't fit anymore, but your new self hasn't fully emerged yet. So it can feel very confusing. It can feel discombobulating. It can feel like you're watching everyone else win. And it makes you think to yourself, what the fuck am I missing here? Or it can feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still not seeing the results that you say you want. Or it can feel like your launches are landing, but they're not lighting you up anymore. You are having money wins, you're having sales wins, you're reaching new levels in your sales, but it doesn't feel like you anymore. It doesn't feel true to you anymore. It doesn't feel like it resonates with you anymore. It doesn't feel like it zings with you anymore. It can also feel like that money coming in, but then also still feeling anxious about what you're going to do next month. It can feel like things that used to feel like an easy yes for you now feel like either a no, or there feels like there's confusion there. It just feels like you're in the void. It feels like you're in the process of becoming your next self. But in order to do that, you have to traverse the river of misery. You have to do the work between who you've been and who you're becoming. And in between there is where it can get really sticky for people. That's the river of misery. It doesn't happen because you're screwing things up, or you're not good at this, or you're dumb, or you're not smart, or anything like that. That's not why it happens. The river of misery happens because your old identity is phasing out, or it's fading away, and your new identity hasn't yet anchored in. It's not really like who you are now. And in that space, it's not like that space is not where you need like more strategy or fucking templates or more input. In that space, what you really need is clarity. You need a spark. You need a zing again. In that space, you're looking for the next big win. In that space, you're looking for the thing that clicks and lands with you again. And that is what we're going to uncover today. So let's define what a big win is. Now, obviously, it's very obvious what most of the big wins are, right? Like a lot of people think a big win is landing a big opportunity or, you know, doubling your revenue or tripling your revenue, or it's like some big flashy, splashy number win or sales win or money win or something like that, right? It has to be external. But a lot of the times, your biggest wins come from internal shifts, energetic shifts, identity upgrades. And I think that's where a lot of women get stuck with this because they only associate external wins as being good enough. And I think also some women can get really tripped up by this because in the old version of them, they knew what to chase. Like the version of themselves that they're growing out of, the ones that they're phasing out of or fading away from, or however you want to say that, is like that version of them knew what to chase. Right? It was chasing like the 100K launch or, I don't know, 100K month or a rebrand or a team hire or a retreat that they run or something tangible. And now you've hit those things, you've experienced those wins, and you realize that you're craving something deeper. And it's not because you're done growing. It's more so because what used to zing with you no longer zings. It's like you've outgrown those level of wins, and now you're craving something that feels like a deeper resonance, a deeper level of truth for you. But because it doesn't look like a textbook win or it doesn't look like Instagram worthy, you get in your head and you second guess if that kind of win even matters. So let me clear this up. A big win isn't always some Instagrammable, screenshot worthy kind of external win. Most of the time, it's an energetic expansion. It's something that feels like truth when you think about it. And so sometimes that could be, you know, releasing a client that no longer fits your next level. It could be raising your standards with what you tolerate. It could be simplifying your business so you actually enjoy it again, so it feels energizing to you again. It could be going after visibility that scares the shit out of you. Maybe that's media opportunities or bigger podcasts or speaking on bigger stages. It could be launching an offer that stretches you operationally, fulfillment-wise, identity-wise. It could be investing in your financial future. It could be, you know, increasing your portfolio. It could be investing in real estate. It could be walking away from something good in service of creating something exceptional. It could be creating more space in your life, more peace in your life, more alignment in your life, and no longer creating from this like hustle mentality place of like pressure, go, 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 push, grind. I think a lot of the time people discount that as a major win. But as you allow yourself to expand into that next level of identity, that is where these big wins start to come online, but they're preceded by the energetic expansions or the energetic shifts or the identity shifts, the identity rebirths, the identity up levels that typically precede an external win. Okay, so before we get even deeper into this, if you are in a place of wanting your next big win, or if you're in a place of designing what this might look like for you in 2026 and beyond, I want you to answer this question. What would feel like the most expansive outcome for me to experience in the next 12 months? And I want you to write out whatever comes up for you. And I want you to write it from a place of like, if no one ever saw it or it was never externally validated, what would you still want? Or if no one would get mad, sad, triggered, or upset, if no one knew what you were actually going to do or what you achieved or what you created, what would light you up? What would feel like your next biggest win? What would feel like a massive surge of momentum and growth and obviously money and success and freedom? What is the answer to that? What feels like the most expansive outcome for you in the next 12 months? What's the first thing that comes up for you as you start to answer that? Because when you get clear on that, that's where your next big win starts. So let's take this even deeper. I want you guys to close your eyes. Well, I guess if you're not driving or doing something, or if you are, just like think-a-tate on this and you can come back to it. But I want you to picture this, okay? It's 12 months from now and you're happy and spacious and on fire with your work, your clients, your life, your relationships. Money is flowing left, right, and center. You feel grounded. You feel magnetic to opportunities and clients and cash. You have so much overflow in your life. You're moving as the most fully expressed, confident, magnetic version of you. Like your life, your energy, your business, it all matches. It all feels in congruence. Get that vision in your head and then answer these questions from that place. 1, what does my business look like? 2, what do I sell? 3, what do my days feel like? 4, what's happening with my money? 5, what do I know to be true about myself? 6, what did I stop doing to unlock all of this? And 7, I don't know why I just put up the number 4. 7 is what moves did I finally make that I am currently scared to make? Have a real think about this, because I promise you this version of you, the one that you're designing as you fill in those prompts, she already exists. She's already inside of you. And the only thing that you have to do is give yourself the permission to become her. And I know that can sound so fluffy. Like, what does it mean to give myself permission to become her? Like, I get that can be really like, it can feel very surface. But I feel as though you know deep down little micro actions or little micro shifts or upgrades that you could make in service of becoming or experiencing more of that and becoming more of her. Right? Like I said, she already exists inside of you. The one who is bolder in her messaging, the one who sells higher level offers, the one who does content her way, the one who has the team that actually supports her, the one who has the relationships that light her up, the friendships that feel safe, nurturing, energizing, and reciprocal. The one who is the one everyone wants to watch, the one who goes after those bigger opportunities, the one who operates in a deeper level of detachment inside her promotions and her sales process. I know that as you continue to vision out who that version of you is, there will be little micro shifts or little micro tweaks that you could make to how you operate in your business right now, how you do your marketing, how you do your funnels, how you do your copying, your messaging, your positioning, that would elevate your business and you into experiencing the version of yourself that you just designed in those few prompts. Because like I said, she already exists. That's why you feel the pull to become more or to chase that next win. And I think deep down, you know this. Like deep down, I think you know you have another level to you. Like, I don't think you're unclear about what you want. I think you absolutely know what you want. But there are certain things that would have to become real, or conversations that would need to be had, or wounding that would need to be healed, or fears that would need to be released in order for you to become that version of yourself. And I think that right now, if you're struggling with this, you've likely convinced yourself that you still have to figure out how you get there because you have some sort of resistance or fear to becoming that version of yourself. What will people think if? What if it doesn't go the way I hoped it would? What if it doesn't work out the way that I thought it would? What if people judge me? What if people say mean shit about me? What if my clients get triggered? What if my clients leave? What if I get turned down for opportunities? What if I outgrow people? Like, there's a lot of fears and a lot of what ifs that can come up as we start to go for our next level. But if you truly want to experience the version of yourself who experiences or creates or celebrates her next win, then you would do the work to get clear on that, because their projections or their criticism or their judgments means absolutely nothing about you. I know that if you're still listening to this right now, there's a deeper level to you that you want to experience. I know that you have another gear in you. I know that you have another level of growth and success and momentum and audacity to you. And I think the only thing that's keeping you in this state is just struggling to admit or dealing with the resistance to admitting what you truly want. Because then that would mean that you have to make some bold ass moves. You have to take some bold ass action. You have to have some big ass conversations. You have to stand in another level of your own integrity, your own audacity, your own courage, your own visibility. I think that's what's tripping you up. It's almost like you're scared to go all in because you're deep down, you're nervous of what will be required of you. Do you have what it takes? I promise you right now, if you have that hunger inside you, if you know that you have another level to you, another level of success, another level of your own self-expression, another level of your creativity, another level of your own vision for your company and your impact and the life you want to live, it is within you to create that. You would not have that vision if it wasn't meant for you. And yes, there will be some stretchiness to it, of course, because the version of you who is currently operating, or the version of you who is operating as your current self, is not a match to the next level, bigger win that you're chasing. If it was, you'd already have it. And I promise you right now, the version of you who always gets what she wants, she isn't afraid to want it. She doesn't feel bad about wanting more. She's actually really fucking proud of herself that she's the type of chick who loves showing herself what she's made of. She's really fucking proud of herself that she's the type of woman who loves going for it. She's the type of woman who wants to win, who wants to push her edges, who wants to show herself what she's made of, because most women don't operate that way, which is why only fucking 2% of them actually ever make $1 million. Because most of them don't allow themselves to become the biggest version of themselves because they're worried about what other people might think. That one fear, that one block is the biggest hindrance to your next level of success, power, identity, and momentum. I promise you that right now. You are dimming your power every time you stay small to make other people comfortable. Whereas the version of you who always wins, the version of you who goes after her next big win, she loves showing herself what she's made of. She's not ashamed of it. She doesn't feel bad about it. She fucking loves the hunger that she has. She is the type of chick who wants to win. She loves going for it. She doesn't care if she falls on her face. Yes, it can suck sometimes, but she's more proud of herself for going for it than she would be if she allowed herself to stay in her comfort zone. Because I know if you're in the place of prioritizing your comfort zone, I know for a fucking fact that you know deep down inside you're playing smaller than you want to. I know the resistance you feel mainly comes from you not allowing yourself to be bigger. But you wouldn't have that urge if it wasn't meant for you. You wouldn't have that hunger. You wouldn't have that desire for more. You wouldn't have that tenacity and that determination and that desire for expansion if it wasn't meant for you. You're feeling called into more because you're ready for it. You wouldn't have the desire for more if it wasn't meant for you. The reason you have it is because there's another level for you. And you just have to do the work to become the version of yourself who is a match for it. So have a think about those questions, those prompts that I gave you, and see what comes up for you. And then once you've answered them. Once you've answered them, I want you to then ask yourself this follow-up question, okay? What's currently missing between where I am now and who I just met in that visualization? Because the answer to that is usually where your next big win, where your next big opportunity is actually hiding. And that is what I want to help you guys with. I am doing something I haven't done in years, like 10 plus years or so since I was doing Screw the 9 to 5. And I'm also not sure how long I'll do it. So I feel such a zing with it. I'm so excited about it. And it's really around helping women define and design their next big win and then activate the version of themselves who becomes that, who has that, who creates that, who experiences that win. And so to do that, I've actually opened up, this is going to sound so insane as I explain it, but stick with me. I've opened up 30-minute one-on-one calls with me, just me and you, defining and designing your next big win and doing the identity work to activate the version of you who relentlessly pursues that in service of alignment and growth and freedom and success and aliveness. So it's 30 minutes, just me and you, defining and designing your next big win. And it's $33. I know that sounds fucking mental. But I am just really feeling such a zing around creating a low barrier yet high voltage one-on-one experience. I just feel a deep calling to start connecting more one-on-one with the women who are up to big shit in this space. And so I wanted to create something where we can go deep quickly and get to the heart of what's next for you, and then turn that into a plan that feels easy for you to execute on, so you can turn it into your biggest and best season yet. So if you're in a place where you feel so ready to tap back into that winning energy, if you know that you are meant to step into your boldest, baddest, most audacious chapter yet, your richest, hottest, freest era, then I 100% want to jam with you. So I'll pop the link in the show notes, but you can also go to jillstanton.com/win and snatch up one of those calls before they're all booked out. And then you get to choose which area that we jam on. So you could choose business, life, relationships, money, identity, marketing, content, launches, mindset. Did I already say that? Life dynamics. Like, you're in control, you're in charge of how we use this session, okay? So wherever you're craving that next big win for you, that's where we focus. So like I said, it's 30 minutes and it's custom to you, and it's rooted in power and laced with pure audacity and courage. And it is truly my deepest intention that this becomes a catalyst moment for your biggest and best year yet. That is my true intention. I know there will be $1 million ideas that come out of these calls. I know that there will be $1 million identities that emerge because of the activations that we will do on these calls. And I know it will birth a whole new wave of women who are operating in their highest magnetism and are rooted in their deepest, I don't give a fuck energy. And that like next level creativity and, like I said, magnetism and permission to be their biggest, boldest, baddest selves yet. And that's what I want to create with your next big win. I want to see how big we can go together and design a 2026 that feels wildly spacious, exciting, alive, and full of possibilities, opportunities, cash, and momentum. So if that's you, hit the link in the show notes, or like I said, you can go to jillstanton.com/win. And let me just round it out with this. Like, I know that you know how to win. You've already proven you can do it. You've already made money. And now I think that you know it's time for you to go bigger and step into the version of yourself who goes bigger and wins on repeat. Not because she's lucky, but because that's just who she is now. It's about normalizing the next level of possibilities, normalizing the next level of income, impact, opportunities, exposure, visibility, aligned clients, A-player team, relationships that light you on fire, momentum and permission and courage that just feels like it's a match for the deepest, highest levels of who you want to be. If you zing with that, if you know that this is your next edge, if you know that you've been feeling this sensation of stuckness, of spinning your wheels, and you're not sure what is next for you, I want you to hit that link and grab one of these calls. I am so amped up about this. I cannot fucking wait to see who finds their way into these calls. I know that we are 30 minutes away from activating the highest level, the deepest level, the most potent level that you've experienced so far. And all I'm looking for is the ones who are bold enough to get on a call and design this version of themselves. Like I said, you would not have the calling if it wasn't meant for you. You wouldn't want more if there wasn't more for you. You wouldn't have had the year you've had if there wasn't another level just waiting for you to step into it. That's what we design on these calls, and I cannot fucking wait to see who finds their way into it. And so if you feel the zing around making bigger asks, going after bigger opportunities, raising your standards, tightening your boundaries, calling in higher cash months, more aligned clients, bigger visibility, opportunities you used to fucking dream of, then I would love to see you inside these calls. You have no clue how big next year could be for you. All that's standing in between you and that is the permission to go for it. is the audacity and the desire and the courage to take bigger swings, to show up as a deeper version of yourself, a bigger version of yourself, a more audacious version of yourself, a more savage, ruthless, determined, gritty, devotional version of yourself. That is like such a weird combination of words, but we're going with it because that's how it feels when you're on fire and ready to show yourself what you're made of. And so as I round this out, I want you to do those prompts and see what comes up for you. And then realize as you start to design her, hear me when I say this, you are so much closer to meeting her than you even think right now. You are one bold move away from you becoming her. So do those prompts, see what comes up for you. And if you're bold enough, you'll DM me on IG and let me know what this opened up for you. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me. I cannot wait to hear what you guys create, do, and become in 2026. I swear to you, that next big win is just around the corner. And if you feel the pull to jam with me to design and define what this win is for you, I would love to jam with you and to really have a potent conversation together. So go to jillstanton.com/win, grab one of those calls before they're gone, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.